Hi everybody, new style video today, mostly because I can't be bothered to find music that doesn't get banned on YouTube. So, another dive in Jersey, summer afternoon. It's about 25 degrees outside, hottest day of the year, absolutely perfect conditions. Looks nice and clean on the inside. There is a bit of swell running, you can see in the background. That's all Rocco Tower in the background. Walking to the beach, you look really carefully. Nice warm day. There's a couple of mullets right in the shallows. If you look carefully, you can see their tails. One right there. I thought, mullet in the shallows, how hard could it be? So put the fins on really quietly. There you can see a few more tails. Put the fins on really quietly. Slowly crept out into the shallows. Haven't had too many mullet this year. They usually come in when the weather warms up. I was optimistic. So did a little dive. Seems to be the easiest way to get close to them when they are in really shallow water. They can actually be quite difficult to get close to. Do a little dive, hang on to some seaweed, and wait for one to swim past. How hard could it be? Alright, well, a little bit harder than I thought, obviously. They aren't all rushing around towards me. Can be really frustrating because you pop your head out the water and you can see their tails just in front of you, but you can't see any fish. The viz this day was sort of a cloudy 3-4 meters, and they were just on the edge of the visibility. I find this way of hunting mullet quite fun. They seem to be a bit smarter right in the shallows. Right, another dive. Trying not to move around too much. I'm still trying to locate them before they get too close to me. You gotta try and get your gun in position before they get right on top of you. So I see one. Wait. Oh wait, that one's bigger. My first mistake, and then just too casual, straight over the top. First miss of the year on a nice mullet, probably around 50 centimeters, over a kilo, 1.3 probably. Okay, now I head out of the lagoon into open water where things get a little bit more choppy. A lot of surge. Ducking down into the boulders, hoping for a bass to come flying in to see what I am. Nothing on this dive, but the seaweed looks nice. Make my way even further out to those rocks you can just see in the distance there, and there's even more swell out here, so there's a lot of turbulence. I think the swell this day. Have a little look in that crack. This is making me a bit seasick, if I'm honest. This is making me seasick just watching this. It's usually not the best way to find big bass. I generally just see the smaller ones in this sort of turbulent, fast-moving water, but I didn't really have much option this day. Down again, same spot. I can see a bass below me. You can see it's big, small bass. Nothing much you can really do, just get to the bottom and hang on. I'm in a little gutter. I'm hoping that they will come through the gutter, which is not the right approach. So I'm in the gutter. Obviously not the right approach because the bass are up in the water column. These are only small ones, but the water needs to be a lot calmer for the bass to be in the gutters. Here they were swimming all along, hunting in the shallows. Nevertheless, quite fun anyway to see them. Another dive. There's been a lot of bait around at the moment. Quite surprised I haven't bumped into any mackerel. It's a nice fish to eat. I'm always happy to shoot a mackerel. Yeah, I was hoping for a mackerel coming in and after all this bait, but there was nothing behind it. Seems to be in a pretty good year for the sand eels. There have been what seems like stacks of them. Having a little look in the sand just in front, praying for a Dover sole. But I haven't really seen any decent ones this year. Right, turned around, heading back in. Don't stay out there too long or you're going to end up not where you want to be in that current. So now we're back on the inside, little sand gully, a bit more open. More of a chance that the bass will come through here even in the current and the swell. A little wait as I start to come up. Oh, a couple of small bass come straight towards me. They're all around the 40 centimeter mark. I don't think any of those are legal. So we leave them to swim on. And we keep going. Slowly make our way back to shore. This was a 6-hour dive. There were probably about 65 drops in this dive. The longest dive wasn't particularly long, maybe a minute 15. Deepest dive, probably only around 10 meters. In an area like this, there's just so much country for the fish to be in. You spend most of your time just trying to find fish. There is no point doing long dives, you're just trying to find the fish. Here's another small school of bass coming through in the shallows, all quite small and skittish. But this felt like a pretty fishy area, which I figured out later when I saw this guy having a rest in about 2 meters of water. Hence the fact that my camera wasn't on because I shot this white bream from the surface. 2 meters of water. This fish wins the Darwin Awards, just sitting there with its head in its hole. So that was all my luck used up in one fish. A couple of sprats in the shallows. Now I'm basically back into the japweed. Usually not the most productive area in this location. You get the odd mullet in here, but there's never really too much else. But it's nice to have a swim through. In fact, japweed, invasive species, but I am not complaining because the fish really like to hide in it. And that is the end of the dive. As I said, it was a long one. Missed a mullet at the beginning. I got another bass of around 50 centimeters, but I didn't get that on camera. And then I had that white bream, first one of the year. I don't see too many of them, so that was quite nice. Cheerio.